What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. News always coming in thick and fast. From tomorrow, we're going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates because the summer transfer window does open tomorrow. But don't forget, if you're enjoying the content and you want to help support my channel, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. I am aiming for 9,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we're now less than 600 subscribers away from that goal, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. You can find my social media links, Twitter and Instagram, in the description below and popping up on screen. If you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, then that would be much appreciated. And don't forget also, you can find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Lastly, leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Like goal for this video. I'm aiming for 350 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. We've been doing really well on our like goals, by the way, so that is much appreciated by everybody. And don't forget also, leave your thoughts in the comments below with what you make of these transfers. And so we're going to crack on with this video. We've got some contract news, and some City fans, I know for fact, are going to be delighted with what I am about to say. Now, 90-minute football, they're saying that Tosin Adarabioyo is going to be offered a new contract at Manchester City. He's been told he can train and be in and around the first team squad for next season, but only if he signs a new contract at Manchester City. He's had a wonderful season out on loan at Blackburn in the Championship. I think it's such a shame we don't get to see Tosin Adarabioyo in pre-season, because the pre-season is only going to be short for Manchester City, so it's not going to be a normal pre-season that we normally get, and so we're more than likely not going to be seeing too much of Adarabioyo, but he's told he can be in and around the first team squad if he signs. I'm hoping that he does sign. It's something I would like to see. Adarabioyo, a homegrown centre-back who's been impressive on his loan spell, and it does show to everybody else that when you go out on loan and you work hard and you do well, you can come back to Manchester City and you can make a success of your career. I'm hoping 90-minute football, what they're reporting, is true, and I'm hoping that we can see Tosin Adarabioyo in and around the Manchester City first team squad. So now we are going to move on to the ins. We've got updates on Kalidou Koulibaly and Ferran Torres, but we've got some interesting developments with other stories first, so we're going to start off with them. So we're going to start off first with a new name. It's David Raya of Brentford. He's a 24-year-old goalkeeper that apparently has been targeted by Manchester City and is available for around £10 million. I imagine this depends on two things. Number one, Brentford not being promoted to the Premier League, because if they get promoted to the Premier League, I imagine Raya will want to stay at Brentford and become a Premier League footballer. It also takes a couple of things to happen at Manchester City. Number one, most likely Claudio Bravo leaves Manchester City. That is a given. His contract is up at the end of the season. He'll be leaving Manchester City. Last I heard of Claudio Bravo was in discussions with clubs in Turkey, in particular with Besiktas. Got no updates on that. But it would also mean that Zach Steffen would either have to leave out on loan or a permanent transfer. Now, Steffen was expected to be the new Manchester City number 2, and it would make sense for him to become Manchester City's number 2, but if he was to leave, then City would need another goalkeeper. So targeting an upcoming prospect like David Raya, who's had a fantastic season with Brentford in the Championship, it would make sense. Now, some people have been discussing saying that Raya is Spanish. Yes, he is born in Spain, he is Spanish, but he can be classed as homegrown. He came through the academy at Blackburn Rovers. He's been playing football in England since the age of 16, which would classify him, if I've done my research on homegrown quota correctly, then he would be classified as a homegrown player. Much like Nathan Ake is. He's Dutch, but he's classed as a homegrown player. And Raya will be classed as a homegrown player too, which means that if John Stones was to leave, he wouldn't necessarily have to be replaced by somebody that is homegrown. With the departure of Angelino more than likely happening this summer, it would make sense for City to be targeting a couple of homegrown players so we can register more players, in particular for European football. So it would make sense. Like I said, I'll be surprised if Steffen was to leave, but if he does leave, then David Raya certainly would be an option for Manchester City. This is according to 90-minute football. They added that Arsenal are also monitoring what is happening with David Raya. So I'd love to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. And now we've got an update on Telles of FC Porto. It's been reported, according to Record in Portugal, that FC Porto they could be cashing in this summer on Telles. Now Manchester City and Chelsea, they are interested. He's got a release clause of £36.4 million, which is affordable, but apparently with 1 year left on his contract and him not willing to sign a new contract, the 27-year-old left-back could be sold for as little as £22.7 million, which would appeal to Manchester City. If City are looking at left-backs this summer, Telles, for that price, has to be an option for Manchester City, in my opinion. The concern there is Chelsea interested too. Chelsea have already made some quality additions in attack. They're working hard to get some quality reinforcements at the back too. And like I said, if City are looking at left-backs, Telles is an affordable option for us. It means we don't have to spend big on Ben Chilwell, for example, who Chelsea are also interested in. And I know for the fact that Chelsea are taking Ben Chilwell more seriously than City, it means we could be having a clear run in here for Telles, who we could pick up for a good price, £22.7 million. Would love to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. And now quickly, new name, Dani Ceballos of Real Madrid, who of course is out on loan at Arsenal. Arsenal want him permanently. It's been recorded by the MEN. Manchester City's name has also been put out there. Not too sure if that's due to price and trying to get a little bit more Real Madrid are from Arsenal, or whether that is genuine interest. In my opinion, my comment to that is, nah. Yeah, that's my thoughts of that. Love to know your thoughts in the comments below. So, let's have a get into the real meat of the video. Kalidou Koulibaly. Big update with him. Now, Gazzetta in Italy, they're reporting that Kalidou Koulibaly, he could be sold for €75 million this summer. But if City want him for that price, they need to be patient to get that price down. Gazzetta reporting that City won't immediately increase their bid from around £60 million. But Gazzetta reporting that City may well be willing to go as high as €65 to €70 million for Kalidou Koulibaly, and they recommend playing the waiting game and seeing what happens with Napoli. With no other interest in Kalidou Koulibaly, it may just be a simple time of City waiting until Napoli decide that they need to sell because they wanted to bring in other players, such as a striker from Lille, Osimhen. Now, Calcio Napoli have been reporting that Kalidou Koulibaly, he'd be keen on a move to Paris Saint-Germain. He owns housing properties in Paris, so a move there would make sense for him. But apparently PSG are overwhelmed by finances due to the Liga 1 season being cancelled. They're not too sure how much money they have to spend, and so they've been reluctant in making a move in the transfer window, which would make sense. Now, Martin Blackburn of The Sun, he was reporting that he's getting word in from Italy that a deal for Kalidou Koulibaly to join Manchester City has taken a step in the right direction, and it's become a step closer. Manchester City apparently preparing to agree a deal for £68 million. So we're looking at over €70 million for a deal for Koulibaly to join Manchester City, which, if my maths are right, would make him Manchester City's record signing as well. Now, this is reliable word coming in from City's end, not so reliable from Italy's end. I'm waiting to hear from a couple of sources as to what's happening with Koulibaly. Damasio in particular is normally extremely reliable with news coming in from Italy. Until I get word from there, I wouldn't get too excited about what's happening. It's Napoli at the end of the day. They're difficult to negotiate with. City are very reluctant to be making a move and negotiate a game with Napoli. So I would say if City want to move forward with caution. But it's a more positive step in the right direction in today's video than what it was a couple of videos ago, where City were struggling to try and agree a fee. And now we've got an update on Ferran Torres as well. Now, Super Deporte, a source in Valencia, they're saying that negotiations now are in a decisive territory. I'm not too sure what that means. I'm going to presume here that that means advanced. Both the club and the player are waiting to get it sorted. Manchester City have already got an agreement in place with Ferran Torres and his representatives. It's all about the fee. If it's getting to decisive territory, I presume that City are getting close to meeting Valencia's valuation for him. And we're getting right close to being in that moment just before Manchester City managed to agree a deal and then bring Ferran Torres over from Valencia. But personal terms, like I said, already agreed between Torres and his representatives in Manchester City. It's just a fee that needs agreeing with Valencia. I will add, though, it could be quite complicated with the UK now adding Spain to their quarantine list. So if Ferran Torres wants to come to Manchester City, he will have to quarantine for 2 weeks now. and so I'm not too sure if that's going to hold up the deal or what's going to happen with City's representatives going out to Spain to get the deal sorted. I don't know. It makes things very complicated, all of this trying to negotiate transfers and bring players in during the pandemic. It literally is one of them things where we're just going to have to wait and see what happens as the deals develop and as the days develop, and I get more information and news from not just Ferran Torres but other transfers as well. So there we go, that has been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. We're aiming for 350 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also, leave your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And you can subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window, so make sure you stay tuned for that and subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. You can also find my social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Also, you can find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again for the next video. We're going to be back again at 3:45 British summertime, ready for the final Premier League game, of course. David Silva's final Premier League game for Manchester City. And, of course, Ederson competing for that Golden Glove, and Kevin De Bruyne trying to get the most assists ever in a Premier League season. So whilst there might not be too much playing on the hands of Manchester City, but personal individual records, there's still something to play for. Man City against Norwich, that is today. So I'll see everyone for that live stream at 3:45 PM British summer time on my channel. You can set your reminder. Link to that is on my channel if you want to go and just go and find it, or I'll leave a link to that at the end of the video. Hope everyone is safe and well, and I'll see you all again for the live stream tonight. So I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see everyone again tomorrow as well for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I'll see you then. Peace. Ciao for now.